I'm gonna try to go to church tomorrow, so hopefully they don't see this podcast. They might be holding me down and praying over me.
Well, they can't because of the social distancing.
Oh, that's true. So we
They
can't.
can if you let them.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
But
Please, attack me. Please.
hey, someone please touch me, please.
Forgive me, I have sinned.
I need human interaction. Okay, touch me. Someone touch me.
How do you baptize someone with social distancing?
They drown.
Maybe one of those granny reach devices?
Yeah.
Grab them by the nose and
Dunk them under. Just get like a claw that just dunks them under.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you could do. Waterboard them.
line
It's
them up and throw water balloons at them.
Oh, that's a great one. And fill it with like holy water.
That's what Jesus had in mind.
Heck, oh no, I saw a funny picture. I'll post it up for you guys. But dang it, I do that and then I have to do that. And so while I'm editing, I'm like freaking, I forget. But anyways, I saw a picture of a priest baptizing a kid with a squirt gun. Okay, so this baby
Oh, yeah.
was being held up like this, and then the priest is over here and goes and squirt the kid in the face.
Priest was probably having kind of fun with that.
Oh, I'm sure that was like a fantasy of his, shooting babies with little squirt guns. I mean, come on, that's ridiculous, man. This whole thing's gotten ridiculous. What do you think about everything that's going on in 2020? What is your thoughts on COVID-19 first? Let's start with that.
I never saw the first 18.
You never saw COVID-18?
That was bad.
That was almost a good joke. Let me see. There we go.
All right, no crickets.
Yeah, I took them off.
No, my thoughts on the coronavirus, COVID-19.
Whoa.
Again, my first thoughts on the coronavirus was this could kill the Corona brand beer. That's just bad marketing. But the thing is, I actually heard about it from a friend on Facebook who lives in kind of the middle of New York City. And she was like, what do you think about this coronavirus thing? And this is back in, this was like September.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nothing's going to happen with it. It's, it's no big deal.
That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah, and then it explodes like wildfire.
The whole globe shut down, all the churches, everything.
Ultimately, here's the thing that sticks with most people is it's all blown up. Here's the thing is you can't watch half an hour of TV without half of the commercials being something about coronavirus or coronavirus awareness public.
Yeah.
You can't go on to Google without on the search engine page saying something about stay home, stay safe. All right. If you go on
drive down a highway.
Yeah, you can't drive down the highway without the big boards, without billboards or the LED lights.
Or seeing people with masks while they're driving.
If you're on YouTube, on YouTube, there's a little bar at the bottom or the top that's, for more information about COVID. It's everywhere, saturated in your face like that. But at the same time, most people, the vast majority of people don't know anyone that's been sick from the coronavirus.
Right. Yeah, well, I don't. So I do have a friend of mine that his mom got COVID-19, and she's in the I think she's out now, but she was in the hospital. But the thing is, most people, 95% of people actually recover from it.
Yeah,
I think the statistics are higher than that.
I think most people don't even. They either don't get it or they get it in such a small way that they develop their own antibodies, and it's no big deal.
Right. No, I agree.
I heard it's not even a virus. It's bacteria.
Could be.
Who knows?
Could be. So, I mean, there's a lot to be said about COVID-19. We've all been living in this nightmare for, I don't know, since before March. I think it's February, really, when the story started to, that's when I started hearing about it in February on the news. And it was like total chaos in China. And then, like Justin said, we're over here like, this is kind of weird. No big deal, though. No big deal.
Yeah, no way we can get it from China.
Well, were we wrong?
We don't import anything from China.
Little did we know that less than a month later, the whole world would be shut down and the whole economy basically plummet to nothing.
So what are you
Italians
guys
would
saying?
be
You guys
beaten.
got caught with your pants down
I got caught with my pants down
with no toilet paper?
with no toilet paper. That was the other thing that kind of blew me away is like,
Oh, yeah.
you remember the whole toilet paper craze? Like,
Yeah, there wasn't toilet paper for weeks and weeks in the stores.
that was so ridiculous. I mean, I'm going to, and it cracked me. I'm going into Walmart and I'm laughing as I'm walking down the aisles because people were frantically grabbing toilet paper. Every single shopping cart, I mean, every single one, dude, had several packages
did
of
it-
toilet paper.
Did it just start with one shopping cart somewhere in New York City?
Some guy
And then
is just,
everyone saw that in that store.
Yeah.
And then they took pictures. And the next guy in the other
Yeah,
store
and it
just
started-
received the picture.
he started
'Cause-
the craze.
What cracks me up is these guys that went out and bought all this stuff thinking they're going to sell it for a higher price, and they got caught.
Oh, yeah. And yeah.
Shut down.
What's the technical
Oh
term
crap!
for
What am I
that?
going to do with all this hand sanitizer?
Capitalism.
Price gouging. Price gouging. Yeah, capitalism. No, and then one guy got busted for doing that with hand sanitizer and toilet paper, and he got big trouble, man. He had to basically, I believe, give his stuff away, like donate it or something. He spent like 18
That's like a
grand
grade.
or something.
That's like a grade school consequence.
Yeah, whole
All right,
garage
Jimmy.
full.
Because you brought the Hot Wheels to class, you have to give them to the poor kid in the corner.
Since you were smart and you thought to pay a bunch of money for your own money for, how dare you?
Yeah, but he had a whole garage full of stuff. There ain't nobody. gonna-
That's true. That's a little excessive, but he prepared. Maybe he already had it.
Much prepared.
If you fill your cupboard full of something, then that's one thing. Maybe he had connections to the coronavirus to know that was coming.
That's true. Just like some of these,
Maybe they ought to check him out.
like some of these politicians that had some insider information about dumping their stocks and buying stocks that would, or like companies like Zoom and Netflix that made them filthy rich, more than what they were.
Bit coincidental.
Yeah, isn't that a coincidence? Like they happened to dump their stocks and what did they purchase? Zoom.
Quinky dink.
Dude, if you purchased Zoom and Netflix before all this went crazy, you would have made tons of money.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I did do
I'm still
The
upset
first time
about
in my-
Bitcoin.
yeah, Bitcoin was a disappointing. There's friends of mine that lost everything because they invested in this company called BitConnect and they went bankrupt. And so I had friends of mine that tried to get me to invest in BitConnect. And they're like, dude, people are making so much money on this. You're crazy if you can't get in on this. And it's only going to be this. And and when I hear stuff like that, I run.
By the
Because
time- yeah.
people, when you do any kind of financial anything off of your emotions, it's usually stupid.
By the time it gets to you, it's already too late.
Yeah, like you get, all right, I got the money, and you put it out there, and they go bankrupt, and
Yeah.
you lose everything. And so they did; they lost all of it. And so, but BitConnect itself, or not BitConnect, Bitcoin is doing fine. I mean, it's doing good, and there's people that actually became multimillionaires because of Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I have a family member, I won't mention their name, but they years ago on their old Mac, they're big into gaming and stuff, and they had, I don't know, they won a Bitcoin, okay?
Mm-hmm.
They had like an entire Bitcoin, and it's been stuck in that computer. And then when the whole Bitcoin craze went, and it was like over 17 grand or something for one Bitcoin,
Yeah.
I was like, dude, you got to get into that computer somehow. And they couldn't remember, I think, the password or something. It was like locked in there. Wow. So there's a Bitcoin in a computer. And I ain't going to tell you where.
Mm.
So, but yeah, I'm doing investing for the first time in my life. Do you guys invest in anything?
I invested in my business.
Right? Yeah, they have the dog treat business. What about you, Justin?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to elaborate?
Sure. I invest in.
invest in Taco Bell.
I invest.
Well, I was going to tell you all about it, but Charlie cut me off. Yeah, I don't really invest. In anything.
I don't invest in anything. I just made that up because it sounded cool. No, I'm investing in like some gas companies, the airlines. Yeah, I did jump in on the cruise lines because eventually it's all going to come back. So yeah, that's my son running around down there. So eventually it's all going to bounce back. The other day, man, it just like shot up big time. And so, but I'm sitting on it because I know eventually gas prices are going to jump up and people are going to need to fly again. And so now the cruises, on the other hand, I don't know. It might be a while before they start back again. But
I got to admit, it'd be kind of nice flying on an airplane with nobody next to you.
yeah, well, I know you're terrified of airplanes, though.
Well, I hate it.
Now, tell the world why you hate airplanes.
Well, it's like this.
It's really interesting, Justin.
Let me get my
There is
pillow.
over 6 million parts and pieces that compose one of those airlines, and not one of them can fly by themselves.
Not one of those pieces can fly by themselves.
Yes.
So he's saying if one of those parts fails, you basically plummet to your death.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, well, that'd be one epic way to die.
Yeah. Well, isn't it statistically safer than like car ride?
No.
Really?
I always heard it was.
I heard the same thing.
Well,
too.
you can hear all you want. I'm telling you.
It doesn't
ain't.
go with Charlie's narrative.
If I'm behind the wheel driving, I have control over what's going on. If I'm not paying attention to somebody that might go through the intersection and hit me, then that's my own fault. But I
if you
have
elect
total
me
control.
president, I will make.
I have total
airplanes safe.
control of my death when I'm behind the wheel. When I
Well,
am
unless
in an
someone else
airplane-
hits you.
When I'm in an airplane, I just covered that, Jason. If I can't be aware of my surroundings and
Yeah,
avoid somebody that's going to look like they're going to hit me,
but you can't fly a car upside down.
That's true. That's
I would like to see
Made a
a
lot of
pilot
Made
of a
sense.
747 fly it upside down and
Tom
come out
Hanks.
of it happy.
Tom Hanks
Hanks
did
could
it. What is it, Captain Sully? or
Denzel
something?
Washington backs him up.
Yeah, that's right. Heck yeah, man.
That's the two pilots I want flying my plane.
Wow.
Only
Talk
thing I
about
know-
racial
only thing I know
unity.
about,
Yeah,
only
that's
thing I
right.
know about Denzel Washington planes is there's snakes on the planes.
Oh, that's Sam. Oh,
That's Ray
dude,
Liotta.
That's Samuel L.
That is.
Jackson.
That's right.
How, guys, can you
And Ray
believe that
Liotta.
he mixed up Denzel Washington with Samuel L. Jackson?
That's a hate crime.